Hello Flosstube, it's Debbie from Australia and I'm here with my May 2021 Flosstube or Crossstitch update. I hope this video finds you well. We've all been well and healthy here, generally. May. I've never actually done Mania in the traditional form. It was always too scary. I always thought I had enough projects on the go as it was, and this year was no different, even though it's the last one. This one I did mainly monogamous May, where my aim was to get as many stitches as I could into a stitching time, supersized, max colours, artwork by Aimee Stewart, charted by HAED, to see if I could get the 21,000 in 21 challenge done for Crossstitch fanatics early. I'm now going to try and get another 21,000, but that's a story for later. May, not as much stitching this month, but I did get to spend 2 weeks with my grandsons in Canberra doing the school run, so I actually got some school time stitching, which was quite enjoyable. Morning and afternoon, waiting with the little ones either dropping off or picking up. But stats for May, I had 5 starts, I had 1 finish, and I only managed 25,063 stitches in May, but I thoroughly enjoyed the time with my boys, and that is the priority. We'll start with the finishes, and of course it is just, it's not a big, come on, you should be good at this. It is the May one from Snowflower Diaries, available free downloads from the blog address, and that is in the description box below. And there we go, there's May, little kitty and its little kitten. There's a white bird up here, you can see it a lot clearer in person. So I have finished June because it is halfway through June. So really we've only got July and August to go. It'll be sad that it's gone because it's been quite a fun project, but might have to look for another small series to, at least it guarantees you 1 finish a month. Next, sorry, that was being done on 32 count Sapphire from Zweigart, I believe. My other new start, and I will insert a picture in here, was Eleanor Rigby for the Blackbird Designs BBD Weekend Sale with Brenda and Laura, or Brenda in the Serial Starter. I started this as the second one in the series that I have done. I've completed last month Strawberry Fields. This was my start on Eleanor Rigby out of the Beatles, the Magical Mystery Tool series. So I'll insert a picture, and that's only because I've done a fair bit more of that first weekend of June. Another new start, I started this with Laura X Stitches, the lovely Laura. She's now got her beautiful little baby girl with us, so she'll be very busy now. This is An Evening in the Shire from Cute Patterns by Maria on Etsy. It is absolutely beautiful, but it is also majority backstitch. There's a few crosses, but most of it is backstitch. She put a poll out, that one won. She said she was going to start it, and I said, well, you know what, I've got that. I've wanted to do it for quite some time. You know what, my light didn't come back on. I've had some major tech issues. My son, ooh, holy moly. My son has just been remotely connected to my computer to fix it up for me. That's a bit better. It is absolutely beautiful fabric. I will insert the photo, and it does come up really lovely in the photo. But that's Come on, that's how much I've got done. Seems to be blowing it out though, because you can't even see. No, that's not going to help. You can't see, there is yellow in that little light, but like I said, I'll pop a picture in there. There you go, you can see the yellow's a bit better there. Michelle from Mitch Stitch has also joined us on this project, and I think it will be quite fun, but like I only started a little bit of it to get started, and it will get some more work this month. Another new start. I was watching daily with Top Knot Stitch. It was like 7 AM in the morning for her. It was more like 1 or 2 in the morning for me. But it was quite enjoyable. And she started the Cowell for Wild Violet's new pattern, one of her new patterns, because she's released a few, Garden Door. And I'm doing option 2. There are 4 options available. I'm doing the dark brown door, option 2. Now, the only thing, I think I could have had this finished, but not happy with the coverage. So I'm actually going to unpick it and start it again and use 3 strands, because it's just really not showing up as dark, I don't think, as it could. Because what I intend to do, because I had a look and it's roughly the size, you see there, in an there are my skirting boards. They are 8 to 10 inches high, and I'm going to have a fairy door attached to my skirting board to see if the grandkids and other little visitors that come to the house, see if they see them. But like I said, I might just put one more strand over it without undoing it, but I think I'll probably have to unpull it and have another go. It's not showing up, but this is actually near white. It's a very, very pale peach, but the colours, it's a little bit, there we go, that's a bit more like it. And I think it's going to be a lovely project. And I just had a look. I do have to fix that. I've got all the notes sort of here ready to copy and paste, and I think I actually said garden gate instead of garden door for the Cowell, but I attached that below. Another monthly project is my weather or temperature projects, and this is another 3 patterns from Jardine Prive on her website, and I thought it was really cute with all the bobbins. And for May already we've hit some really deep blues, which is, it's not even the coldest, that's one off the coldest temperature possible for us. So you can see we only had a few really hot days up in January and February, but those 2 dark ones over here in May are -6s Celsius, whatever it is in Australia. I think Celsius. I also got some more of the spools done, and this was basically my stitch in the car waiting at school. Have to go early to get the car parks, and I didn't want him to ever think I was running late and had forgotten him, so I was there at least half an hour before school was out, and I managed to get this done in the month, which was lovely. Another one I went somewhere and I was so annoyed with myself I didn't have a project in my purse, so I got a little one out. This is it from the Australians collection from DMC. This is Wrens, blue wrens it's called, and they are beautiful. I've always loved little blue wrens. So this one now lives in my handbag, I got his little chest and his little head done, and I've just got to do his body, and he just sits in there, dentist appointments and so forth. If they're running late, I pull this out and stitch. It's also a good spare to have if I'm at work and I didn't bring anything to do. I think I'm knitting at work at the moment. I owe a couple of pairs of booties. Now the big project, stitch in time. It was quite difficult to stitch at my daughter's house, only because I'm very used to my setup. I probably could have got a lot more done, but I do believe, and I thought I wrote it down, it's not to say I did, I think I worked it out that I got 18,000 stitches on it. Before I show it, I do hope I remember to insert a PowerPoint update on the days I actually worked with it. So hopefully you've seen it by now. I also put it before and after on up later. This is where she is now. I managed to get all this corner done because what I have decided, this shelf and this shelf is the same colour. So if I'm using threads up here, when I finish that I can come down and use them in the threads down there. The next shelf I'll only have the books to do, the next row, because then the top and bottom shelf I'll do along with the third shelf because it will be the same thing. Because they're a different shade to these, I might as well use as much of the thread as I possibly can. Look at that fan coming. I really wanted that finished, but I didn't want to not get the books done. I'm trying to do a book at the time, but if I have got colours left on my thread when I'm finished and the next book has it, I have been going over there. That's why there's some colour follow on. In the PowerPoint presentation you can see that jar or spool of jars, the jar of spools, so clearly, and the tape measure. You know, you're stitching and stitching it, and then all of a sudden you realise, oh my god, it's a tape measure. It's lovely. It is lovely. I put it onto a bigger Q-snap. I haven't done too bad. Well, most of the material's there, and that's as chubby as it gets. And I'll just slowly keep walking across. Like I said, I have completed my 21,000 in 21 now. In fact, I went over it before I realised. So I'm going to try and do 42 in 21, which means I will need to do about 2,000 a month. So I've got to pull my finger out, and probably weekends is my best bet when I'm home alone. Just sort of get the head down and keep going. But the really nice thing is, I'm pretty sure here, from here over, I've got my first vignette. It is, I don't know if it will show. It is a lady sitting embroidering in front of the windows there. So I'm quite looking forward to that. I will persevere. I will persevere and get it done. So they were my projects, very short. Sweet this month. What I've decided to do, I will show my finishes, purchases. Then I'm going to do a quick, I had them all there when the bed was still there. I haven't got the new bunk beds yet. I'm going to have to redo the room, but I just, over here, I've got 16 of the bigger ones. The rest are hanging on the door. That is Pride and Prejudice, Daughters of Longbourn. That was also finished last year. And a couple of those witches were finished last year. But I've just done 16 out of the 56 stitches. I know I was going to do a finishing one, but I never got around to it. And I thought, well, I'll do what Julie at Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World did, and I'll just pull out 16 of them, which is a bit of a range of, or variety of the projects I finished, and then I can put them all away. So, purchases. As usual, I have got the threads, monthly threads from A Stitch in Time down in Hobart. They're the week's dye works. They are pretty true to colour. Yep, I'll put them there. Gentle Arts. Come on. Chalk, of course, is white. Come on, there we go. Chives. I don't know why it's having so much trouble. I've had a really long session with my son. I must frustrate him so much, but he actually managed to remotely come on and fix the bits and pieces. I think it'll be really good when I've finally got it all worked out and I don't have to ring him every month. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. These are the classic Colourworks. Bunny Honey. Brown Sugar. Whole series of browns. This much for those. The Campfire. Not as red as... Oh, maybe it is. But not really quite as red as... Why's the camera stopped? Because I'm moving and that isn't. Yeah, we'll put that away. The Campfire isn't as dark as others I've got, but still very pretty. And then the dreaded ones. I didn't cover the name, you know what they are. And more green, but look. The dreaded ones. 3 more greens, 2 blues. We must be out of the greens. Must be out of the greens. Next I have some patterns. I'm not sure if I showed you this one last week. I got this from Victoria House in Medigong. I just thought that was so sweet. A picnic of ants. It's just so unusual. Couldn't help myself. Wasn't a lot of money. I think I've got to do that one. From A Stash Unload, I got a Cat's Rule one by Peter Underhill. I don't do mornings. Very, very cute. Plum Street Samplers. Hedgerow. And there, come on, hedgehogs. And if you get these pattern from Linen and Friends in Australia, free of charge, you get Echidna Q, because we don't have hedgehogs, we have echidnas. Still very sweet. And I love how the little bees in every single one of them. Then, lovely Tash, the star crust stitcher. I will link her below. Come on, Tash, haven't done a video, but you've got a good excuse with your little daughter. But Tash's mum opened my walk-in shop quilting needlework cross stitch. Absolutely gorgeous. Already extending. It's going to be great. I walked in. This pattern, I'd never seen this before. I have heard of Elizabeth's needlework designs. It is just so unusual. And I couldn't resist it. And talking to Tash's mum, she said exactly the same thing. That a lot of people had bought it for the same reason. They'd never seen it before. It's a lovely, lovely pattern. I look forward to doing it. Very different. I also got the next one I didn't have, Aurora. I have to turn it this way. This is from Ori TM, simply because, yeah, sort of almost photographic paper. Maybe if I do that, isn't it beautiful? I will change the the 4 fairies. You've got can't think of a name in black. Just watched the show the other day, and the 3 little good fairies. I'll do the same colours as they are in the Disney one, and probably with the dress have a bit of pink, so it looks like the pink and the blue switching as it does in Disney. The next one I've got is this one. Again, it's not showing there, now it's showing the greens. This is quite big, it's very misleading. This is 251 by 243, so I think it's almost a pillow. But I'm thinking to myself, and this is from Keslin's, I am thinking to myself, I'm going to use some of those greens I've got from the Monthly Threads clubs. So I'll have to sort of work out, is there enough of them? But I just think it's a lovely, lovely pattern. It is just really quite lovely. I think Gail Phillips got the heart one recently, and they're just beautiful. Then she also has Fox and Rabbit fabric. So I got some 40 count, and there she be, Winter Wren. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. A lovely, it's probably just a tad more brown. Just a tad more brown, dark brown, but it's lovely. I've got it earmarked for a project in June. So they are my purchases for May. I did happen to go back to the shop in June. Hubby said I could go. I asked for a limit. He said, no limit, get what you want. But I was well behaved. But I've got some really nice stuff to show you for June, because while I sat waiting for the little fellas or the school bell to ring to go and pick up the grandson, I was actually going through the Etsy shop, clicking, screenshotting all the stuff I wanted. Now, I will insert photos of the shop, but I have also got, are you going to show? Come on. It's called a Makery in Gungahlin in Canberra. Absolutely beautiful. so worth going. It's just like, it's so pretty, and you walk in and it's just so pretty, and then you realise there's just so much to look at. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I do need to do the drawing for the gift Mo Stitches gave us. Mojo Stitches, Joe from Mojo Stitches, for Sarah Hanley 1847. I am running late on this video, but like I said, I was in Canberra looking after my grandsons. I have started and I have finished the jelly border, and it is so pretty. So if you win this, really, it is so pretty. Just for a split second there, I didn't think I'd hit record, but all good, all good. What I have done is I have loaded everything, and I practiced to see if you would be able to see this, and it looks like you can. But come on. I don't want the ad, go away. So, I don't want the ad. There it goes, go away. So everything's picked there, everything's loaded. I have, oh come on. I thought I had this all so good. Let me just start it and then I can hold it so you can see it. Oh, look at that. Kelly. Kelly, you're a winner. Kelly is Animal Instincts. And she didn't tell me the full, her worst chili story. Actually, she did tell me in person a lot later. But this one, she says she once had to cancel going to a late night movie at the cinema with friends because she touched her nose after cutting up chilies for dinner. And it was very painful. Kelly is really nice at someone I knew. Though I'm pretty sure I know everyone. Want it? I think I might have your address. So, Sarah Hanley is on her way. Very exciting. Now, June. June, I decided to do 3 new starts, apart from the June Snowflower Diaries. I have already started Sarah Hanley. I started her on the Queen's birthday weekend, or on the Queen's birthday on the Monday. I also started EC's Plague Doctor by Punk Poodle Patterns. Again, I'll slot these, the cover sheets in so you can see them. Michelle's design, which I just think is gorgeous. And I am also going to be doing Real Comfort from Modern Folk Embroideries. That one I haven't started yet, but it will be started by the end of June. I intend to do my June one at the end of June and not leave it till the middle. So 18, that's nearly more than the middle now. I did try, but I still obviously need technical support. Couple of things I was going to mention. Number one, I don't always wear black. At work today, I can tell you I had a very bright white, black and yellow shirt on. But I found after wearing a red shirt once and an orange outfit, it did play with the colours. So I usually go and put something black on, so there's not that comparison. The other thing is, a lot of people comment on the number of stitches I do a month. My husband and I, we're empty nesters. If we get to see the kids, if they haven't got plans and we see them, I'm quite happy to put my stitching away. But basically, I can come home from work and have anything up to 5-6 hours a night stitching if I choose to. And quite often, I choose to. So it's not that I'm particularly fussed, it's that I've got time. And having also a shift working husband, quite often he's away for a weekend, and again, if the kids aren't available or the grandkids aren't available, or I haven't got shopping with mum, and even if I do, there's plenty of time in between, I usually get a fair few hours of the weekend, especially to stitch. So it's not so much as being fast, is having a lot of time. It also helps that I do have a bit of trouble getting to sleep. Once I'm asleep, I haven't got a problem, but getting to sleep can be a bit of a problem sometimes. So to finish up this video, I'm just going to do a quick hold up, nothing fancy. I will put in the notes below if anything takes your fancy of the ones I'm showing you. I'm not going to go through fabrics. I'm just going to quickly show you some of them so I can put this pile away and not feel so guilty about not doing the thing I said I'd do. Now I'll just put these over here. Okay, this one I loved. This is the Meow block from Hands On Design. Absolutely gorgeous. I got the pins as well, and I actually sent away, I sent away for another set of pins because I have got Buzz, but I have also got, where's my Meow? Oh, I took out the other one. I have got the W. I got another one of these from Makery. That's one of the ones that will show up in the next month's stash. So that was Hands On Design. Also, this is Plum Street Samplers. Yes, Tide Trio. I am going to do Llama Lump on the back of that one, so I'm keeping that one out because I found Llama Lump. I would hope I didn't start it again. I've done Roo Crew, I've done Fox View, there's quite a few others hanging on the door. This little one, this was out of the cross stitcher. This bee in the tape measure thing, and I really thought that was really lovely. And it turned out too bad at all. So, come on. So you've got, it's not going to work. You've got all the little bees going around the sides. Absolutely lovely, and the gorgeous bee on the top. I think you could also probably do them. Michelle from Mitch Stitch, she did hers as a little drum, which looks terrific. I just got lazy and I searched everywhere for a yellow tape measure and you can't see it, so you know, cheers to me. But I didn't even think about that, but I just think it's lovely, and it's a lovely cute little design, and I'm pretty sure I'll be doing that bee again some stage along the way. This is Spooky Tree by Barbara Anna. Saw this pattern, fell in love. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. And on the back is Spring's Promise. No winter lasts forever. No spring skips its turn. And it was awfully cold today. So I should get that out and frame it to remind us daily, because we're just hitting the cold. Now, I meant to look this up. It's one of those names that's quite long. I probably can't pronounce it anyway. This is February Cup. I will find the name and I'll put it in the details below. Absolutely beautiful. Though the 1/1 down in that tea in the saucer nearly did my head in. But beautiful when it was done. Beautiful. I've got enough fabric there to do all of them. Big heap piece of fabric. I don't count it as a current whip. That was started for magical stitching. Just every now and then I'll pull another one out, but so far that's done. Needleworker, always love this pattern. Hope anyone in headphones just didn't get a loud bang because I just hit the mic. I love this, and the minute I saw it I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that on banding. Haven't quite worked out what I'm doing. I might do as my husband said and use it like a director's chair label across the back of the squeaky chair I have to move all the time. That's from Little House Needleworks. Oh, a favourite. Fern on Swamp, PTP. Absolutely beautiful. Nora Corbett. I love her. A big one. Mermaids of the Deep Blue. She's layered down here. Mermaids of the Deep Blue. Many beads. Absolutely lovely. Someone recently put one up where they did one of the girls in pink and it was beautiful. But I basically just followed patterns, and that's on the core 4 fabric for Mermaid of Atlantis, because they were to be hung as a pair. That hasn't quite worked out the way I wanted yet. Autumn Alphabet by Willow Hill Sampling. Slight change on this one. I changed the pumpkins to blue. They are all different blues. You can't really tell. You can in person, but on the screen you can't, because they're what the pumpkins look like that I love over here. I love the blue pumpkins. Queensland blue is one of the best you can get. And on the other side of that is La-di-da Something Wicked, which is lovely. And on the top part of that, I'm doing the matching one called Double Double, I think it's called, and it's got the long nose. So I'm just going to only do the second size up and around, and then have the big long nose across the top. That's going to be a starch soon as well. Night Walk Down. It was a lovely one. Similar colours to what was charted, moved around a bit. I did change the peacock because my fabric was so light. So the colours are not quite the same, but very close and in you know, in the spirit of the program or the pattern. But it is lovely. It is lovely. Can't really see the moon, but it really sparkles. See it a little bit there, the stars in the sky. That was a favourite. This one's causing me a bit of a bother. This is Herbal Grimoire. It is on Cyprium from Picture This Plus, from Samplers and Stories this pattern comes from. And what is causing me the hassle is I actually want to put this like on top of a book, like use an old book and have these go round the pages like it's opened as a book. But just at this stage, I've got my measurements and I'm just having trouble finding a book that's just right. But I'm not going to settle, because I would really like to find one that had the gold edges on the pages. So it'll wait. I enjoyed that stitching very much. Very much. I love it. I think the last one in the pile. No, there's two more. This is Alice from Ori TM. And this is the start. I've got a hold that's bending. Absolutely love it. There was a large group of us doing this. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us, I think, were doing this. And it is a lovely project. We've all slightly changed something. Most of us have done something funny with the bunny to make him a bit more noticeable. And of course the wrong side, I did a fine outline of his body, of the Cheshire Cat, just so he was in place. I had also started it on this side, and this I had started doing it 1/1, but I couldn't continue across that way because it wasn't going to fit. I left it too close to the margin, but very happy how it came out. I have to Pretty sure I've got a frame that will fit that in the cupboard. Spring Quakers, gorgeous pattern. I have got spring and I have got winter. I am not thinking of doing the other two at this stage, but it is on 40 count, so I only use one strand throughout of the Cowell Valdani threads. It was lovely. I'll just show you another one I really lucked out on. This so the other one doesn't hurt it. I actually lucked out, and this again is just fiddled for now. I actually found a big huge frame that would fit my jingles. And I've actually got jingles I haven't started, but there's a gap at the top and a gap at the bottom. And I think I'm going to have a look for some black cardboard that has been cut, you know, with shadow, sort of maybe shadow figures or a fancy edge on it. Oh, it's not doing you any good. But this was finished 2019 maybe, and it's just been sitting there. And I think if I fill in, I was thinking of the black lace or just some shadow work cut out top and bottom, I think it will work. If not, I'll find them, because I found this and its partner $5 each at the shop, and I thought that is just too good to walk past, and I had to walk quite a long way to my car, but it was worth it just to get my hands on it. So that is a sampling of my finishes for 2020. I'm going to try and put them away. I actually, not in June, but I am going to try and have once a month, one weekend as a finishing weekend, and try and get some of these dealt with. The witches, I've got the broom end. Hanging behind it is the backing fabric. I've got the material to go in between it. I've got all the pieces, just has to be done. So if I actually lock in and say this, you know, this weekend, this month I'm doing finishing, maybe I'll be actually be able to show you some FFOs for a change. I can only say thank you again to Joe for giving the Sarah Hanley pattern to me to have as a giveaway. I have, I think from a Instagram comment from her, I think I gained a few followers. I know I did on Instagram. Again, my account is only private because I got tired of the African princes wanting to marry me, so I thought at least this way I could cull them from the start and not have to continually go and check who's there. I have no problem if you're a stitcher at all, and I try my best to accept it as soon as I see it flash across the phone. Again, congratulations, Kelly. I think Liz will be annoyed. Liz was hoping she'd get lucky. I think I have covered everything on my notes. I might put a blooper reel in if... I think there's like 22 10-second videos already saved. Or because I couldn't say monogamous, that word. I should just put the blooper reel in because it was just simply horrendous. But I will insert the photos. I will try and not annoy my son next month and get it right the first time. And I hope to see you in a fortnight. Stay safe, stay well. Catch you later. Bye.